Hey guys, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. This is video number 3 out of 3. It's our Hello Ladybug Stamp-A-Stack series, and this is our design for today. If you missed yesterday's video, check out the links below. May your greatest wish come true. That was yesterday's design. And Monday's design is It's a Good Day. You're going to make 8 cards in this awesome Stamp-A-Stack, and you can check out kitchentablestamper.com/shop and refine your search. On the right-hand side, product category, look for class packets. If you're on a mobile device, scroll all the way down to the bottom to sort by class packets to see if we have any of our Hello Ladybug Stamp-A-Stack packets still available. Now, if you don't have the packet, that's just fine. You can still follow along with us and cut your own kits, but we are doing Stamp-A-Stack. So you'll need to refer back to video number 1 if you've got any questions about the Wonder Recipe number 12 and how to use it. We took 3 sheets of this gorgeous designer series paper. Now, this was free for a celebration with a $100 order. It's Friendly Hello designer series paper. And we cut 3 6x6 sheets according to Wonder Recipe number 12, and we've been using the pieces card by card. So we're left with these 6 pieces. And we've got 3 cards left to do. So we're going to pair these up in 2 that are different patterns. So there we go, we'll alternate out. Now we've got 1 set for each of our cards. Let's go ahead and slide out the Wonder Recipe number 12 and get my class packet. So this is my class packet that at this point is well used and also has some things done as Head Start. You're going to do everything in batches when you do these Stamp-A-Stacks. You'll cut all your designer series paper, and then you'll stamp all your background stamping, and then you'll stamp all your flowers and cut them out and all your ladybugs. So you'll work in a batch, but that's not practical for showing you in a video. So just keep in mind if you're doing this class that that's how you want to work in batch working. Now I've got pool party card bases in this kit. They're 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. If you're cutting your own kit, you'll need 3 of them for this design. And we're going to go ahead and, well, I might as well show you what else is in the class packet. If you're cutting your own, you'll need to cut your leaves and your sprigs. Now we do this ahead for you using the bow punch. We did the sprigs from Granny Apple and the leaves from Shaded Spruce. You'll need 2 for each card of each color. And then we also did the little sentiment banner for you. Now this little sentiment banner is from the brand new Stylish Shapes dies. It's this long skinny one and not the short skinny one. It's pierced. It's got a great little design, and we used the squares and the banners in this class. You're going to love this new die set. All right, let's go ahead and work this score with a bone folder and do our background stamping on our card bases. We're going to get a fun tone-on-tone effect, just a nice subtle background there. So we're going to get Pool Party ink. And our Hello Ladybug bundle is our featured bundle. We've got the Bug Punch and the Hello Ladybug stamp set. We're using the flowers and the dots on our backgrounds here. Hello Ladybug is a photopolymer stamp set, so we're going to grab a stamp and pierce mat. And then we're going to stamp these so that they're just a bit, maybe 1/4 inch from the bottom on the right, and just about 1/4 inch from the top on the top left. They're in a little bit more from the right and the left edges than they are from the top and bottom edge. And we're just going to add a little delicate detail to the background. We'll flip and add to the bottom over here. And then we're going to add even more texture with the dots. We'll just fill in, and they look so pretty. It's a really no cost but awesome way to add a little something extra to every card design. And the fun part about this Stamp-A-Stack is we're only using the Hello Ladybug bundle, which is pretty cool. Even our backgrounds are stamped with that same stamp set. We've got our designer series paper pieces here. We're going to go ahead and adhere them to the card. Just kind of toggle them and put them on with some liquid glue. And we'll do all 3 cards at a time. For this video, we're batch working, but if we're doing the Stamp-A-Stack, we might do all 8 cards. Just glue all the designer series paper pieces down at once, which would give us a nice start and a nice batch work, which will make the cards come together even faster. All right, so there's our background. So we've got our other 2 right here. The next thing we're going to do is stamp our ladybugs. So we need a fresh freesia bug for each card. I've got my Stamparatus over here, and I'm going to take a strip of fresh freesia. You got a half sheet in the packet, and I cut 2 1/4 inch strips. I find that this is the best way to do the bugs. You'll work on a strip, stamp the spots, lay the strip over. You can work from both ends of the strip this way and get 4 or 5 bugs, probably 5 bugs out of each strip. We're going to ink with Memento and then stamp, and then you'll see that our stamp is a little fuzzy, a little gray. We're going to re-ink and restamp. You want a set of spots for each card. Now we'll set this aside and let that dry for just a second before we punch it. Let's get our Stampin' Pierce mat and do some more stamping. Got that banner that I showed you earlier. There's 1 for each card, and we're going to stamp it with "You Can Bug Me Anytime." I'm going to leave a little extra room on the left side for a bow. And then in our kit, you had a couple of half sheets of Petal Pink. We're going to stamp the flowers from Hello Ladybug with Petal Pink on Petal Pink. For each card, you'll need 1 of these little 3 set of flowers. And then for each card, you'll need 1 of these bigger daisies. And these flowers need to be fussy cut. So I'm going to grab some paper snips, cut these out. And then I'm going to add a dimensional to the back of each of the flowers. So as I'm fussy cutting these out, I thought I'd take just a second, and if you watch kitchen table stamper videos, you know that we've got some tips for fussy cutting. You want to support your scissor. You always put the bottom loop, either your middle finger or your ring finger, and the index and middle or index finger support the bottom blade. Your dominant hand, so if you're right-handed, your right hand is just opening and closing the scissor for the most part. It cooperates around some turns, but when you're fussy cutting, the non-dominant hand drives. So you'll see that my left hand is really shifting the paper through the scissors as we go. Now, if you still don't want a fussy cut, that's okay. You've got lots of Petal Pink cardstock in the kit, and your medium daisy punch, small bloom punch. Those are all things that you could do in place of these flowers. And then if you wanted to, you could take maybe a speckle or a crosshatch or a nice background texture. Take your Petal Pink ink and just stamp a little texture with Petal Pink on Petal Pink to give them a little bit more pizzazz. Then you don't have to fussy cut, but you can use some substitutions from Stampin' Up! Products that I can recommend right off hand. So just a couple of tips there. We can get some dimensionals on the back of these. I'm going to do minis on the back of the small flowers, and on the center of the larger daisy, I'm going to put a regular dimensional. That'll give us room to slide the leaves that we punched underneath. All right, let's get our bug punch, and we're going to punch out our wings and our body. So we've done this on the strip. We can slide it from one side, punch, and then you could do the other side, punch, cut off the ends and just keep going with that strip until you've eaten it all up. If you've been watching the videos, you've probably got the idea there for the bug. And then your half sheet of basic black. Not a half sheet anymore for me. You don't want to start on the right hand side, because then what happens is you get a black body and you get black wings, and then you only get 2 out of each strip each time across. So instead, start on the left side and punch your bugs. You're going to need 3 bodies for this one. So you slide, punch, and slide and punch. It's just a little tip. Then the builder punch, the part of the builder punch that you're not using eats up paper that was already discarded anyways, instead of making extra bits that you don't need from valuable cardstock. All right, so we're going to adhere the wings to the bug with some liquid glue, and then put some dimensionals on the back of our bugs. We've got 1 for each card, so I'm going to go ahead and get everybody glued and dimensionaled, and then we'll start decorating these cards. Okay, so we are stamping a stack here, and I got my bugs and they're sticky. I got my flowers and they're sticky. And we've got these beautiful leaves and sprigs, and I'm going to cut the stems just a little bit shorter so that they're easier to hide on both the leaves and the sprigs. Just give them a little haircut, makes it easier to hide them. And then on all of my little banners, you can bug me anytime. The left side is going to go over the flower, which is already on dimensionals. So we're going to take all those little banners and we're going to add some mini dimensionals and peel them. Now everything's sticky and ready. Let's go ahead and build some cards here. So for this one, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab our big daisy, kind of put that off to the left hand side here, and then you can bug me anytime. It's going to go over the top of that. And then from there, we're going to add our bug, kind of like it's crawling away. Next, and we're going to do that for all 3 cards. Then we can come in with some liquid glue, and we're going to adhere our sprigs. So I'm going to kind of decide where I want to place those, add a little liquid glue. I'm just using a dab of glue at the stem and then sliding underneath the daisy. Let's do the sprigs. Now, keep in mind that the sprig can kind of curl off to the right or the left. It doesn't matter because it's a punched piece. So you can turn it over whichever direction you want it to go, however it looks best. And then a little bit of adhesive goes a long way just at the base of that sprig. All right, so you've got our bugs, our sprigs, our big flowers. Now we're going to add the small ones, and we got 2 that are a little bit bigger and then one that's significantly smaller. We're going to put the bigger one and then the 2 smaller ones. So one will go down and 2 will go up. Looking pretty good, right? Let's catch up the other copies, get their little flowers on. All right, as you can see, each one's going to have its own character. I've got the big and then the little, the big and then the little. It doesn't matter too much. They're going to really just have a nice floral spray. If your banners are lifting a little, you can add a dot of liquid glue on your daisy and tack down those banners. And now it is time to embellish. Let's get the gingham ribbon and the beautiful flowers. There's these loose flower embellishments. You got a half a pack in the kit. There will be some left over to play. And gingham ribbon. I've gone ahead and done 2 bows with the gingham ribbon. We're going to tie our 3rd bow. All right, so here is our 3rd little gingham bow. I like to tie right off of the card so there's no waste. You're going to need maybe 8 inches for each bow. And then we can trim away from the card. Trim the tail on that one. Let's adhere with mini glue dots. And we're going to put that right up on the banner. Don't cover your greeting. We've got 2 more here. Let's get this guy caught up. And next up is our loose flowers. Now, the designs in this where you have 3 cards, you'll see what I did. I did 3, 2, and 2 so that I can do kind of consistent for the colors. Of course, you can mix and match however you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just do like our sample here. I'm going to put 2 little bling. You can do 2 or 3, whatever you like. You can do them with the liquid glue or you can do them with the mini glue dots. Let me show you. I'm going to get 1 big and 1 little. There's 5 of each color for 30 loose flowers here, so more than you're going to need for these 8 cards. I like to take the glue dot and put the full dot on the big guy. So we'll go ahead and lift that up, add it to our design. For the little guy, I want to take a mini dot and I'm going to cut it in half. And how I do that is I just take the tip of my scissors and snip the glue dot in half, and then take the little guy and stick to half of the dot, and you can just hold the other half and you'll stretch until it breaks into 2 pieces. And now we got a little sticky flower, and we can take that half and use it for our next one. It's right on my thumb. So there's our little one and our big one. And we'll finish up embellishing our cards in this manner using 2 or 3, if you like, of these little loose flower embellishments. I hope you enjoyed stamping a whole stack of Hello Ladybug cards with me. You can bug me anytime. Email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty. And to shop Stampin' Up! 24/7, marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. And if we have some class packets left, you can try kitchentablestamper.com/shop. Just filter for class packets and you'll see if there's any of those left. I'll see you in the next Stamp-A-Stack. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.